Putting the spotlight on small businesses across America. This is Inside Business with Travis Filing and Gary Tharnish.
You're listening to Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. And how you doing this morning, Gary?
I'm doing good. Been out and about already. Showed a couple homes. Got more of those to do this afternoon. Inspection reviews. Couple listings I'm getting prepared. Just a typical day in the life of a realtor on a Saturday.
It's always something.
Yeah,
always
which is good,
something,
right? Good news.
Well, our guest today is Shelly Ruwe. Did I say that right?
Well done. Absolutely.
There we go. First time, right?
Good job.
And she's with CFO Systems. And we talked to Mark at CFO Systems. So I didn't really bring you in to talk about CFO Systems, but I wanted to talk about connecting with people because connecting is so important. And I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people go, do you know Shelly? Yeah, I've talked to Shelly a couple of days. Oh, you got to know. I mean, like a lot of people. And I thought, this lady's connected. And I thought, okay, maybe we should have her on and talk about connecting. So tell us a little about yourself and where you're from and how long you've been with CFO and all that fun stuff.
Oh my gosh, where do I start? So first of all, I'll start off with small town farm kid, born and raised, love it, would absolutely go back today if I had the opportunity. Currently living in Omaha, Nebraska, and enjoy everything I do. And the reason for that is because I'm in the moment.
There you go.
It makes such a difference to be here.
Completely.
And I may bounce from point A to point B, but then so does my mindset. So connecting is super important, and that's really what brings everything together. I've been in Omaha nearly 30 years, which is hard to say. I need to figure out another way to say that. And if people were to put that together and how it all works, yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
No regrets. And I'm not sure how many people can say that.
So tell us how, because Gary talks about this a lot, and I'm still trying to figure it out, is living in the moment. I mean, trying to live in the moment. How do you do it? I mean, what's the secret sauce? How have you figured it out?
Stop trying, just do.
Yeah.
Trying isn't good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be where your feet are. That's my phrase for the year, basically. And it is really, really true. I mean, you hear work-life balance. Travis hates that, by the way. So let's have fun with that.
Yes, I do.
But
do you have work-life balance, Gary?
No, there is no.
Not being a
work-life
realtor,
balance.
I also dabble in real estate, so I get it.
Yeah, there's none. But what does help is that I am where I am. So if I'm with you, showing you a home, that's where I'm at. I'm not worrying about the inspection I've got to do 2 hours from now, that other challenge. And it makes a huge difference. It helps immensely in networking groups. If someone walks up to me and introduces themselves, I take the time to speak with them. And I'm not thinking, oh, I got to go see Travis. He's over there. Or Shelly just walked in or whatever. That person has my attention.
That's perfect. So I have a question coming back to you because you are out and about a lot as well.
Yes.
When you're in a group and you don't know people, do you go to target a table or do you stand by yourself and have others come to you?
No, I'll go target I go find someone to talk to. Always. Yeah. No, I don't sit and wait.
I head for the parking lot.
Travis doesn't get through the front door. It's not his thing.
I'm the worst.
No, I love meeting
planet.
people. I love meeting people. My favorite transaction I have in real estate so far is a lady. We're grocery shopping. And Tom is like, are you going to do something? Bother that lady? I go, well, how can you even tell that's on my mind? He goes, I just know you don't bother her. She's trying to figure out the coffee at the grocery store. Like, how do you get this bag down? So I grab a bag and I just gently slap her on the shoulder. I go, ma'am, are you touching those bags? She turns around all freaked out like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was. And then she looks, she goes, do you work here? I go, no, I'm just giving you a hard time. And so she hits me with her sack like 3 or 4 times. And she's like, you goof. We chatted for like 5 minutes, ended up, she's in this her mom had a stroke, all this stuff. She's like, and she goes, I'm trying to sell her house. I don't even know where to begin. I'm like, oh, that's me.
Things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
If your eyes are wide open, you'd be amazed what falls in front of you. But have the courage to pick it up or the curiosity to ask.
Yeah, exactly. And someone once said to me, they go, you have a lot of confidence to be able to do that. And I go, I don't know. Well, I don't know. To me, it's just like, I don't want to stand alone. I love meeting people. If you don't talk to someone and start a conversation, of course it's going nowhere.
You can control the conversation or you can sit back and wait.
Right.
So what do you do if you're in a group? Do you look for the table? Do you look for the individual? Or you're I assume you're not like me looking for your car keys in the parking lot. So
I enjoy this question for many reasons because I'm a very private person. I'm a very self-sufficient, confident to myself. So some people say I'm introverted. I'm completely introverted. I get my battery recharge from others. No. I come to myself, take some time back. So when I'm in a room, I've started going to a table and just kind of getting myself together, and people will approach me.
Mhm.
It's this weird thing I have the ability to do. I embrace it.
Yeah. And that's good because I'm an introvert as well. Even though I'm a salesperson and it's my job to be to look like an extrovert, and being on the radio, you think, oh, these people are extroverts. No, it's about 50-50. One-on-one, I could sit here for 16 hours on the radio and talk with you and Gary for the rest of the day. That I love it. But groups of people, man, it's just not my thing.
And that's respectable. I think knowing ourselves better than anyone else is the key to it.
Mhm.
And I'm a firm believer that I attract the good.
Oh,
I tend to scare some people, or they'll say, you're intimidating. That's not on me. That's on them.
yeah. I've never really looked at it that way, but that's true, right? I mean, it's like you don't seem scary to me.
Oh, thank you. I need that. I need that. Yes, thank you.
You seem very approachable and nice, so that's a good thing. We're going to give you
perfect.
a plus for that. So what all have you done in your career? Like, have you worked in leadership, management? Right now, you're a CFO. Have you been with them for a while, or?
I have been with them for a while, and I've been in and out of the firm. I've had a lot of different roles.
Okay.
My current role is growth and development, helping build the team, helping bring culture, the values, and teaching the directors on how to connect, which is something that if you think of the accounting and finance mind, that's not something they're really good at
Oh no.
or trained to
kidding.
do.
Yeah.
Or
Or want to do.
heads
Right.
down, they're in the numbers, and they're fabulous and willing to help, but having the conversations is very different for them. So that's a big portion of what I'm doing now. I talk to many of the potential clients, the current clients. I know most people on the team, they're a phone call or a text away, and it's rewarding to have that
Sure.
responsibility. In the past, I was doing not only the people, but also process and projects. It's not my sweet spot. I'm good at it, but I'm not great. I don't enjoy it, but I'll get it done.
Mm.
So we've handed that off to someone else. I've done business development for them for over a decade. And prior to that, I've done medical device. I'm a residential real estate agent. I have done, what else have I done? Coaching, leadership, mentorship. I enjoy traveling. It all comes down to just helping people, listening to their story, and making that a little better today or tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a big thing for accountants, CFOs, anybody in that field, because as a business owner, you really need to trust that person, and you really need to know that they have your back. But trust doesn't begin with just trust. Like, here you are, you do this, I trust you. I have to like you first.
Yeah.
And so if you're not willing, or it's just not natural for you, which tends to be the case for a lot of
Mhm.
people in bookkeeping and accounting, that at least in my experience and in my short amount of time I've been on this earth seasoning, that has been my experience a little bit. So I think that's a very smart move on the company's part, to have somebody that's working and helping them, meet people, because I have to like you if you're going to do my bookkeeping for sure. And then I can learn to trust you.
Absolutely, because we come in times of great success. It's either the hockey stick and they're going so fast towards they're not sure what their goals are, or they're in such turmoil, they're in the ditch trying to dig out, and they don't want to share their story.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
They don't know what story to share. What do they say? And having that vulnerability and the understanding to say, we understand, we've seen this before, we've been there, let us help.
Right.
What's priority 1, 2, and 3?
Stories are a great connector.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a great way to connect with people. I always love asking people, like in my buyers or listing consultations, I just start with chatting with, people. What's your family like, your occupation? What do you like to do for recreation? What are your dreams? That type of things. It's amazing what you can learn from people and how they will open up. And usually stories are a great way to do that.
They are. And if you're face to face or even on video, how they look, when they sit down, and are they all uptight and sitting up straight? But at the point that they sit back, relax, and just kind of tilt their head is super cool to see, because you know you got them.
Yeah.
And that's a positive thing, because the conversation can go so many different ways.
Yeah. And you know they're going to open up. Once they relax, there's that trust. You know, they've built a little bit of trust with you. You know you're going to actually get somewhere with the conversation. Yeah, that's a comfortable place to be.
And when you're in the moment, you follow it all. Sometimes you may not remember what you talked about 5, 8, 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Because you're through it.
Yeah. Well, I know we have a break coming up here, so let's run to that real quick. When we come back, I want to dive a little deeper. You were talking about working with accountants and trying to teach them how to connect. That interested me. So let's talk about that after the break. You're listening to Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe of CFO Systems. We'll be back right after this.
And Gary Tharnish.
We're back on Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe of CFO Systems. We're talking about connecting, making connections. Something in the last segment you said was you have a lot of accountants that work for CFO Systems, and you're working with them to teach them how to connect. And that seems like an impossible task to me, because most accountants, I would assume, are very much introverts and probably don't want to connect.
It's not so much that they're introverts. It's not their skill set.
Yeah.
Because we focus, we've got CFOs, controllers, we've even got HR and operations. It's to get the work done. They're so used to being behind the screen, or some of on the team remember green sheets and pencil and a 10 key. So that just wasn't their thing. And helping them understand that it's all about having a conversation like we are today.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting there. But it's the scary words that we label. It's the marketing, it's the networking, it's the business development. And those words, they don't know what they mean.
Sure.
And may have negative connotations in their mind. So let's just talk about going to events. Have coffee or a cocktail with somebody you know and trust. Rely on those you like, and it becomes easier.
Mm-hmm. So when you started doing this, what was the first step you did? Did you put them in a networking situation, or was it a one-on-one situation?
It's usually a one-on-one, and to help me understand who they are as a person,
mm-hmm.
because so many of them learn by doing. Others learn by seeing it, and others learn by reading it. So knowing that person one-on-one and what works best for them,
Mm-hmm.
but then on giving an example, I'll do it. Okay, now let's do this together. And then you do one. And they love feedback.
Mm-hmm.
They like the conversations and giving them the 3, maybe 4 or 5 questions to ask all the time. Tell me about your weekend, Gary.
Well, it was great. I absolutely loved it. I didn't do anything. It was wonderful. You'd love not doing anything with me. I just sat around, looked at the beauty in the thing. It was hectic, to be honest. If you really want to know what it was like, I could tell you all about it. So yeah, I bought a new house recently, so we did a whole bunch of gardening. I can go on and on and on. Good question. And then if I stop, you can just say, tell me more about that.
That's so true. And that's where I go is tell me more.
Yeah.
Or, how's your family? It's always safe to talk about family,
Mm-hmm.
friends, travel, and food.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 3 questions for any topic and go.
Yeah. You could talk all afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. See, you surprised me, Travis, that you don't like networking. I wonder sometimes if you just have such a built up negative on networking that if we just got rid of that word, because you're great in a room and chatting with people and people like you. I don't know why, but I'm just saying.
I have no idea why. I have no idea why. But I look at networking and connecting as totally different. 2 totally separate ends of the arena.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Networking is put me in a room full of people. Hey, I'm Travis. How are you? Let me give you my 2-minute elevator speech. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's how I feel, right? But if you sit me down one-on-one with somebody, that's a connection. I can sit down and we can have a one-on-one conversation, and I could talk with them all day long. But networking, man.
Just change your mindset a little and you'll be fine.
I
look at his mannerisms. They're completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what am I doing?
Well, when you talked about one-on-one, sitting with
Yeah.
somebody one-on-one, you were excited, animated, whatever. When you go, I don't like networking in the hall, so, you know, you were just like, "Bleh," and then it went up several levels.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
follow your passion.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time too. It's like when it comes to networking, I'm a 2. So I could work hard. I could make it a 3 or a 4, but
Out of
it's
how
still
many?
not good. Out of 10, or in my case, out of 100. But
Shift that mindset.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I think too. With so many things, it is your mindset. And I get it. I mean, I've been in some networking groups, and I am in one now where you go around and everybody gives their 60-second what referral they need or whatever. We've talked about that in our group, that it's like, that just kind of gets old. I don't need to go, you know, my name's Gary Tharnish and I work with home design real estate and I sell residential, and like, you know what I do. I'm a real estate agent. But it's much more, you know, enticing to me if I'll say, this is a situation that happened this week. And so guide somebody through, I was in a completely unmaintained house. So you guys maintain your home. This is why, this is what happens. I can engineer your equity, but that's so much more interesting than I work at home.
my ideal customer is somebody who,
Yeah.
gosh.
So do you want to work with someone who does that every week or doesn't call you out? And what's your favorite color, Gary?
Orange.
What's your favorite color, Travis?
Well, now I'm thinking orange because
You're
you put that in there.
You're so persuadable.
I'm so easy.
What's your favorite color, Shelly?
My favorite color is purple. So
Oh,
I know
nice.
facts about people. So I can always bring that back to the situation. Nobody remembers your name. They'll remember your favorite color is orange.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I see people sometime that I've met 3 or 4 times. I'm like, man, what is their name? What is their name? And I go, their daughter goes to blah, 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 because she was in choir with my daughter. I mean, these connections and points of that, I will remember it. And I'm like, but I cannot remember the name. Are you kidding me? It's interesting. But it's really easy to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, hey, how's Paige doing? Oh, thank you for asking. She's in college now. Oh my God, I'm so much younger.
That as well. And I'm horrible at names. Most people close to me, they're like, Shelly, you don't even know my name. I'm like, no, but I know 10 facts.
Yeah.
So I used to say, I'm sorry, I forgot. Remind me of your name. I'm Shelly. And I've stopped apologizing for it and said, I've forgotten your name. Mine is Shelly. And just been solid with it.
I have noticed that there is magic in that because I'm horrible with names too, right? And I've been to the whole you ever been to the seminar where the guy has like 100 people in the room and they all stand up, tell me your name, and then they sit down and then everybody stands up again and he's like, Frank, Dave, Susan, Shirley. I'm like, oh, I hate this freaking guy.
Don't you think that's a earbud in his ear?
Could be.
Who
I didn't even
knows?
think of that.
But
yeah. Nevertheless, I used to look at this guy and I'd be so jealous. And then it's like, you know what? It's just not who I am. That's fine. But then if I could remember something about somebody, there's more depth to that. And if you're honest with them and go, I'm horrible with names, remind me. I'm Travis, you are. People are pretty, because I think most people are that way. Mm-hmm. And they go, oh,
Gosh,
I'm Travis. And
I keep kicking
Gary's
this poor
kicking
young lady under the table. I'm a drummer, so my feet are always like playing. I need to put it behind.
She probably thinks she's doing something wrong, and Gary's kicking her as we're on the air.
She smiled so far when she looks over. Probably getting really close to the do that one more time. This is what I'll remember. A fact I'm going to remember about you is you were kicking me. But what were you saying there that hit me? Oh man, it just went out I'm having this little brain thing right now.
Are you saying you're getting old, Gary?
I'm seasoned.
I'm seasoned.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Experienced is what we use.
I like that. Oh, I know what it was. So I have downloaded an app. I just started working with it 2 days ago called Rise. And it is all about speech and how you speak to people and what you say. And one of the biggest things is it's just don't walk up to somebody and go, I'm sorry, I forgot your name right away. No, just say, my name's Gary. I love the way you presented that. That's the way to do that. Little things make a big difference.
Word choice is huge.
Yeah.
But also be aware that word choice and definition is important.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I often say, I can answer that, but that question's really blue sky. Will you break it down? Because I don't want to say it's too much or I don't know what they mean.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a visual.
Yeah, I don't ever think about that, but that's very
either.
true. I like that.
Because people don't ask what they really mean.
No, we don't.
It's a runway. It's a path. It's a where are we going? I'm like, just ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are scared to ask. I find it in the real estate world all the time.
Mhm.
They either do not know, well, they don't know what they don't know. But then if they want to ask a question, they're guarded about it, or they don't. And it's kind of like, I'm like, well, tell me more about. I have to say that so many times sometimes before they go, I want the attic tested for mold. Okay. We could do that. You might start with, are there dangers in the home? I'm like, well, there's dangers everywhere, I guess, if you look at it that way, but it's very true.
Yeah, perspective is important. And in real estate that I dabble in, I tend to focus on what they don't want. Let's filter to what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Get the negative out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Best example is I want a master bath, or I want a primary bath, or I
Mhm.
must have 3 car. Then why are we looking at 2-car houses?
Yeah. And that's where so many realtors go wrong. Like, why take someone to something isn't going to work?
Don't set people up for failure. The
Yeah.
difference between success and failure is a conversation and the measurement. It's your mindset.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And I use stories to explain that when I'm working with people, because they feel like, well, I really, really like the house, but it is vital that you have a 3-stall garage. This has a 1-stall attached garage. That's not going to work ever for
Yeah.
you. Well, we could build one on. You will not build one on.
Not once they see the price.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Well, we know a
kidding.
little bit about what they can, what they
Right.
can afford. It's like, this is not, you don't just build one on tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know we have another break coming up here. So when we come back, it's 5 takeaways time. That's 5 pieces of advice that Shelly's going to hand off on connecting. And you're listening to Inside Business. Travis File and Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe of CFO Systems, and we're talking about connecting. So stick around. We'll see you guys on the other side of the break.
And Gary Tharnish.
Welcome back to Inside Business. Today, I'm Gary Tharnish, by the way, co-host Travis File. And today we're speaking with Shelly Ruwe, who is a very connected human being that's wonderful. I already like her so much, and we just met. So, we could be friends.
2 segments in. And,
Yep,
and
2 segments
Gary's
in, and we're
love.
best buddies. Yeah, and it's okay if you never remember my name, but remember that I do love the color orange.
That
you
and
already
there's
remember
no
that.
coffee or cocktails involved. So
And
this is big
we're
steps
doing
quickly.
good.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the
Purple,
bruise
good
on
job.
her shin will remind her that you're a drummer. So
Oh my God.
she's got facts on you like crazy.
I gotta stop doing that. We're on the deck the other day. This is kind of funny. We're sitting on the deck, and I'm like drumming with my feet on the deck, And then pretty soon, my daughter Laura, she's like, "Dad, could you stop that?" And I'm like, "Well, stop what?" She goes, "You're shaking the whole deck." Oh yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. So then it's like my hands. She goes, "Dad," she goes, "Oh my God, can you go play your drums and come back?" Anyway, so this segment is called 5 Takeaways, and what we like to do on this, Shelly, is give business owners and other listeners that are listening just 5 great takeaways they can take away that they can start using the minute they're done listening to the show Monday morning in their next team meeting, whenever. So we've got 5 takeaways here. The first one is be interested, not interesting. What do you think of that?
This is a great one that works across the board, no matter what your role is. It can even work in parenting. So how I think of be interested, not interesting, ask the questions and then listen. Don't talk about yourself. I mean, there's many studies out there of how often should you talk versus listen. I've given up on the strategies. I've given up on, you should talk 30%, listen 70. It's situational. But be comfortable and confident in what you're talking about. And eye contact is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I probably learned that most when I traveled to Tanzania, and that's their big thing. They'll stop talking if you don't look them eye to eye.
Really?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah.
in America, it makes people nervous.
It does. It's almost like the stare down, like we're going to square up or something because we're just looking at each other in the eye. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, my dad taught me about he'd be look at me when you talk to me. He would say that all the time, and I remember that. So it's very natural for me to do that. And there's a big part of my life where I felt like, that I was irritating people because they would not look back. They would look away. And now that you mentioned that, that's true. It's probably very uncomfortable for a lot of people. But I mean, our eyes are a picture into who we are, so I love the idea of doing that. I'm very conscious that when I have my sunglasses on and I'm meeting somebody, they're off.
I
because
do
you
that
can't see
too.
my eyes. Yeah. And it's interesting how many times I'll find myself talking to somebody with sunglasses on. And at times I've said, will you please take your sunglasses off? I can't see who you are. What do you mean you can't see who I am? I go, I can't see your eyes, and then I'll have that conversation. It's interesting you brought that up. It's very true.
Yeah, and last night we were at a College World Series get together, and I had sunglasses on, but they weren't very dark, and my eyes give me away. Those closest to me will be like, "Ooh, look at Shelly's eyes. Something's going on." And I dislike that, but it is what it is. And so last night I asked somebody, I'm like, "Hey, look at me. Can you see my eyes?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen everything you've been looking at." I'm like, "Okay." So I took them off so I'd remember that my eyes are visible. And that's super important because I can throw a stare and you can see exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And that's not always a nice thing.
And what's funny, because my son, he's dating, right? He's at that dating age. And he goes on a date. This was about a year ago. And he goes, "What's one tip, Dad? One tip." And I said, "Just listen. Just basically it's the be interested, not interesting. Just listen to her." Because I said, "Alex, no woman has ever come home from a date and said, 'How was your date?' Oh, it was terrible. All we did was talk about me." Just listen, connect, talk. I mean, honestly, this is almost a dating tip too, because that's life.
Yeah.
That's how you connect with people. Exactly.
Regardless of where you are and what you're doing. Right.
It's the foundation. It's taught so very often. If you look back to preschool, kindergarten.
Yeah.
So many things that are important in connecting are taught then.
That's so true.
We forget.
I don't think about it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's vitally important. It really is. And I love the fact that you said, I'm not going to go with the 70-30, 80-20, whatever. In real estate, I remember they told us 80-20. As a matter of fact, they use me as a visual now with duct tape on my mouth because I love to talk. And at first it was a real challenge to me. And finally I thought, it isn't. It just depends on whom I am with. Sometimes people want you to speak more because they haven't don't feel connection enough yet to really open up. And then at the end of my time with them, which for me, I call real estate basically it's daycare and free psychiatric help until closing. But anyway, during that time frame from the beginning to the end of that process, whether it's 3 months or 30 days, whatever it is,
that's quick.
By the end of it, though, we have a relationship where they're talking a lot more.
Exactly, because they trust you and they know that they need you in their life, right? Because they're not going to get this done as quick, or they don't want to start over.
Sure. Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Well, the second takeaway we have written down here is relationships compound over time. Tell us about that. What are your thoughts on that?
If you value a relationship, you will stay in touch. If the relationship doesn't necessarily have that connect, or if it's stressed or difficult, it takes so much longer and you need to evaluate. Why is this important to me? Why do I need this relationship? And I've also started talking about, is this an acquaintance? Is this a friend? Or is this a dear friend? Is this someone I would call in a time of need? If my car broke down, who are the top 3 people I would call? Well, are those the 3 people that would answer?
Right. Yeah.
And knowing those relationships and valuing the ones and letting the other person know. You're extremely important to me.
See, I love that. You use words. People cannot read our minds.
And they shouldn't.
Yeah. I just got not scolded, but that was my lesson last night on the app where it was like, people cannot read your mind because they give us a topic and we talk for 60 seconds, and then they analyze it and you go on. But anyway, it's very interesting. Sometimes we assume people know how we feel or what we think.
Or we think we've told them and we haven't. Or we expect them to understand what we mean. Going back to that word choice and definition is critical. We do a lot of reframing. We do a lot of mirroring. Gary, I think I heard that you started the Rise app and you have to talk to it for 60 seconds and you may not always like the response.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
Work harder to be better at my response and think about what I'm saying when I'm speaking.
And that's a hard thing to do.
It is. One of the things that's corrected me on both days is that when I list items in something, I do it way too quick. Like we're going to have a home inspection and they're going to cover the HVAC, electrical, and I don't take a break. It's just interesting when you think about how you communicate. That's really important. But I do love mostly that some of the people in my life that have said the fewest words to me, I think are the best communicators I know. That might sound a little strange. They've said very little, but in How to Win Friends and Influence People, Carnegie says the most influential people usually are the ones that listen very, very well and say very little. But when they say something, you want to hear what they say.
Correct. And I have quite a few of those people in my circle.
I love that.
And there's times where it's silent, and you can tell those who aren't comfortable with silence because I don't hang on people's words. I let it sink in.
Mm. That's so true. You know, we go through life so fast and so quick with everything. There's not a lot of time for that. Or you really just need to purposely make time for that.
There is time. It's choices.
There you go. Sure. Yeah. It's just like the mindset thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mindset is so important.
Oh, I agree.
If we were to look in the mirror and talk to ourselves like we talk to our friends, think of the world, how it would change.
Yeah.
We're not kind to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we're normally kind to those we know and trust.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's wise.
Yeah, it is.
Really, if you let that soak in and think about it, it's very true. Yeah.
Well, the third piece of advice I have down here is give before you ask. So
how do you ask for something when there's no value?
Yeah.
Some people are really good at it.
Yes, they are.
I don't know what their technique is, but I'm telling you, some people are really good at it.
But do they get?
Not from me, usually.
No, not from me either.
It's real easy for me to be busy or use no as a full sentence in that case. That's just so very true. There's been times, talk about negative self-talk, where I will tell myself, oh man, I give too much. I have got to stop doing that. But it is really who I am. You know, I will say yes to be on your board. I will be the one of the 20% of an organization that does the work. I will help. I love that. That's just who I am. My dad was that way. And my mom very much is where I learned that. But I'll have some people that'll just say like, wow, why do you do that? Like you keep yourself so busy that you're not. And I said, I don't really think about it. But when people will say, where do you get all your real estate leads or whatever? It's because people remember your actions more than your words is something I believe.
Oh, I totally believe that. And the reason you do all of that, in my perspective, is that's where you get your energy.
Yeah.
When you're down.
That is true.
When you're down, you will find an event to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Travis
when
does that
down,
never.
No,
I mean, all the
not
time.
ever. No.
Yeah. When you're down, you're going to go find, I would assume, maybe a book, podcast.
Yep.
Just
Nailed
go
it.
for a
Hit
walk.
the shop, go for a walk. Yep.
Yeah.
All
Nailed
those
it.
things.
You nailed it.
Oh,
Wow.
without a doubt.
She knows you really well already.
Yeah.
You're good at what you do.
Thank you. And I believe the other part of value and to give before you ask, demonstrate what you expect and have no fear. I'll ask for the world. I don't care. Tell me no. I know where we stand. I might rephrase it the next time, but the fear is overrated. How are you going to know what's next unless you find out?
That's so true.
And it seems like these days we live in this world where fear is like has this overwhelming presence. I talk to salespeople who are afraid to pick up the phone and have a conversation. It's like, man, you're just calling somebody. It's just a person. But for them, that phone weighs 500 pounds. They're afraid to talk to people. They're afraid to make that connection. And I don't understand it. It's a human being. They don't have the ability to, well, I guess they could kill you, but they're not going to.
Right. But are they in the right role? That comes down to right seat, right fit.
Mm-hmm.
But it also comes down to we're human beings first.
Yeah.
The first question a lot of people ask is, what do you do? I won't answer that question. I'm a mom. I'm a daughter. I'm a survivor. I'm a people person. I'm introverted. Those are facts. Those are things I am. Then that gives them the doing, because human being times what we do gives us everything we have.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
Fear is, fear causes so many problems. It empowers others, especially those that may just want and will take. They sense your fear. That's not a good thing. I always say fear and guilt equals power and money for someone else. I kind of look at it that way. But I had a lot of fears in my life that even now, at 65 years old, I'm going, wow, I'm finally getting rid of this fear. It has become such a part of me, usually back to my childhood and just ingrained in my soul. And takes all those years to just realize, wow, I'm just breaking this apart now, and it's okay. It is who I am, and I don't have to worry about whatever. There's a ton of stuff that goes behind all that I'm saying, but fear is strong.
It is if you allow it to be.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
if you think about
Mindset.
dot to dots, we all do dot to dots, and we did them as a child, and we probably should do them more as adults. We don't get to where we are today without those dots from our past.
Mm-hmm.
People we like, people we don't like, relationships, careers, whatever it might be. Those dot to dots get us to where we are, but those dots have power. Let that power go, because you're not going to go any further unless you look forward. And the dots aren't forward yet.
Yeah.
So drop that fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It is what has to be done. I love that. Also, phrases you hear over and over in life will stick with you, especially when you're young. Like my dad would always say, if I cried, he'd say, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. I'm like, dude, I have something to cry about.
Yes.
I'm crying right now because I have a need and a reason, But over time, it really turned that feeling of needing that emotion inward to just not do it. And then I'm around people that find it comfortable to cry, and I kind of like, I kind of want to cry too, but it's taken a while for me to be able to have that emotion.
Give yourself permission to do it.
Yeah, I do now.
Think of how many others would have a greater respect for you if you showed more emotion.
Yeah.
What our parents told us, what our grandparents did, it doesn't apply anymore. I mean, they made us who we are. We're here because of them. But at the same time, 2026 is odd. What's right? What's wrong? Who cares? What's best for you? Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's hit. I know we have two more, and we're running low on time, but follow-up matters. That's so true.
This one makes me giggle in so many ways. Why would you take the opportunity to meet someone and then not say thank you?
And follow up. So true. But it happens so commonly.
And how often should we follow up? That's a question I get a lot. Whatever you want. There's no rules.
Yeah.
No one else knows what that relationship was, what that conversation was, what you promised and then you're not going to do. I think people really should expect a follow-up. And if not, I do this. Some don't like it. That if I don't get a follow-up, I follow up first.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be the old adage of whoever set the meeting needs to follow up. No, that's not what it is. But then I'm also known for, hey, we're coming to the end of the meeting, the end of the session, whatever it is. And I said, what time do you want to do this next? And I use the word what a lot. Why is the past? Why is, in my mind, the problem? What is where we're going? What do you want to do next? What should we meet about? Because it's easy to answer. There's no fear. There's no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on them. So following up, please, 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 if you can do anything, follow up. It makes people happy.
And this kind of goes back to, giving dating tips to my son. When should I call her? Whenever you feel like it, man. Just call.
I use the swingers analogy also often of, it took those guys 3 days. Why'd they wait 3 days? They were talking about the girls within 30 minutes.
Mm.
Let the other know.
Yeah.
How rewarding to say, you know what? I loved our conversation. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Build people up. That's what we're responsible for.
Well, the last one we have here, and I'm just intrigued by it. Your reputation arrives before you do.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Before you got here, Travis told me all about your reputation.
That's right.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I thought an entire Cirque du Soleil was going to come in with you, and there was going to just be this grand entrance. You'd be all in purple
Next
with
time.
a long purple robe.
Next time. Now I know.
And instead, I've just been kicking you under the table. So,
that has stopped.
I know. Look, my feet are entangled. I'm like keeping them entangled. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I think you have to be careful what you say, what you post, when you say it, when you post it, and who you're around, because it's contagious to the point of I'm doing a building relationship seminar once a week for the team, and others want to be a part of it. So I'm going to make that as well. But I have to do the things that I challenge them to.
Mm-hmm.
My big thing is challenging people. I'll do it if you do it. I'll go first. And so I challenged them yesterday to post on LinkedIn if I was not in the room, or after I leave a room, or if someone mentions my name, describe me in 2 or 3 words. And I posted it on LinkedIn yesterday. And then word got out and people were talking about it last night. It's so cool just to understand what others think, what they feel, and how I'm presenting myself. Because I can judge myself. I'm not good at it. I'm my own worst critic. But to know what others think and that are willing to post it.
Mm-hmm.
So be cautious, be careful, ask for feedback.
I love that.
That's all powerful.
Yep.
Very powerful.
Well, I know we have a break coming up, so we better run to that real quick. You're listening to Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe. We're talking about connecting, and we're going to have more right after this break.
Filing and Gary Tharnish.
We're back on Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems. We're talking about connecting. And I want to talk about building relationships now seems so much harder than when we were young because everything's digital now. It's all text. It's all Zoom. It's all, everyone's working from, not everyone, but people are working from home. It just, how do you connect in a world where it seems like nobody wants to connect?
I connect with people in the world by asking them to do something not video, not online, not remote. Coffee and a cocktail. It's so much easier to do those face to face at the same table or chairs side by side. I also believe it's making your digital presence interactive. Letting people know who you are, what you need, asking for help, and understanding that it's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But to have that conversation when you're working with someone else, what's your best method of communication? What do you prefer? Do you want face-to-face? Do you want voice? Do you want text? Do you want email? Or however many socials there are. There's way too many ways to communicate that is disconnecting the world today.
Agreed. You know, there's no intonation in a text. And I could send the same text to all 3 of you right now, and you would each probably perceive it a little bit different based upon how you know me, what you think I might be saying, and so many other things. Whereas my intention could be completely different, right? I mean, have you done that test? I can't think what the sentence is now, but it's a 7-word sentence. And depending on which word you accent, it's 7 different questions. So when you text someone, that's a thing. Another thing we talk a lot about with social media, and I know I watched my children were the first generation going through Facebook and social media, where for kids especially, everybody else's life was Skittles and rainbows and wonderful, and theirs was not. And you can see that in business sometimes as well. I think I'll still hop on LinkedIn sometime and, I'll read, talk about authentic. I think being authentic is so important. And I'll read somebody's a post they make on LinkedIn, and I'm like, that is so not you, and it's just kind of like, I find it difficult. I don't find that people really are that genuine sometimes on their posting on social media, and it can
or
affect
ever
everything or ever.
They're never that genuine.
It depends on the outlet. I would say some of them more so than others. But Facebook, I only use it to stalk people, or who am I meeting? Or wait, I heard this isn't true, or to sell things. LinkedIn, I'm as authentic as it gets. And texting, I'll do the audio text because I mimic what you think, Gary, is you don't know what the tone is. You don't know what the intent is. And intent is another big part of building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. This is another time where I'm going to be very, very, very seasoned. So
are you sure?
I'm sure. So you can send me an audio text, and when I get it, I hear you.
I'll show you.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Great. I will not kick you anymore, I promise.
You've stopped. So.
Okay, good. Yeah, I want to know that. I love that. I would use that so much in real estate because I have clients I had one client that is like, I do not answer my phone. I do not talk on my phone. Do not call me. Do not leave a message. I will never hear it. I want always for you to text me and email me only if you have to. So I said, if I have 20 things to tell you, I will text you and say, please read the email. It's long. I can't type that much. But sometimes when I'm delivering news, it's very important for you to know my intonation because yes, there's a sewer line problem, but it's not $20,000. It's just, you know what I mean? And you can type it and they still hear sewer line problem. The house is worthless. I can't get it.
That's
Great.
accurate. That's
I'm
accurate.
excited to learn how to do this. Okay.
And you can also do it while you're driving. So it saves time.
You know, I do listen to all my texts while I'm driving now because I can just, say, hey, Siri, read my text. And I love that. I hope it doesn't do it right now.
They're always
there
listening.
are phones
Yes.
all over Nebraska.
Yes.
They're popping right now.
Here's a social media fun one. When my daughter Erin got in a horrible accident. And then when I would tell people the story, I'd say what saved, her phone is what saved her. I'm just about ready to fall into a river at 27 degrees below zero and no wind. The windows have been shot out and she can't, it's tough moving. And she said, what am I going to do? And she couldn't find her phone in her pocket. And then she realized, I can just say, hey, SIRI, call 911. So I'm telling people this story the next day. And I'm like, hey, Siri, call 911. Well, it does it. And like on the third time, the lady at the place says, Mr. Tharnish, if you call one more time, there's a huge fine that you're going to get. I know you told me the last 2 times you were telling a story. She goes, spell Siri, don't say it.
I like that.
I love that I could send an audio. That's gonna be great.
So you've mentioned 3 kids. How many children do you have?
I have 3, Joshua, Aaron, and Laura, and then I have 4 grandchildren.
Nice. You just put up 5 fingers. So I love this.
4,
I missed it. My bad.
He's in radio for a reason. He doesn't work for CFO systems for a reason. That's what I should say.
But
Numbers
I
are
do know
hard.
I'm 3,227 months old.
Ooh, that's impressive.
I have no idea. Yes, I am old. I just had a discussion last night with somebody that said, my wife is still telling her friends, oh yeah, our granddaughter's 28 months old. I'm like, no. Once they're 1, I'm done with that. They're 1. But anyway.
To each their own. It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In development, it's really important. I know those first 2 years to keep months.
Yeah. So digital media is a whole nother animal.
Ugh.
And the generations younger than all of us, that's their lifeline.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We've got a few kids that don't do social media and think that's really interesting. And to see the difference in their communication skills, the style is important. And then during COVID, right before COVID, I had a moving company, which we haven't talked about, that focused on seniors who are right sizing because I make everything positive. Why not? And teaching them how to do FaceTime and things like that to stay connected. Super powerful. And to think that that's a whole new thing that generation, the greatest generation in the earth, has gone from no TV to FaceTime.
Yeah.
How did they build
That's
relationships way back
crazy.
when?
Yeah.
They went for ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They had a gin and tonic. They sat on the front porch. Why don't we do that?
Well, first off, we don't have front porches in these places.
Yeah,
anymore.
really.
Everybody's in the back, which is why you don't know your neighbors.
Yeah. With a 10-foot privacy fence and
Yeah.
stay away, barbed wire at the top.
Yep.
Or is that just my house?
I don't know. Haven't been there.
Well, I know we got another break coming up here, so let's run to that real quick. When we come back, this needs an adjustment, and this is going to be an interesting one. You're going to want to stick around for it. You're listening to Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems, and we're talking about connections. We'll be back right after this.
Filing and Gary Tharnish.
We're back on Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems, talking about connections, and it's time for This Needs an Adjustment. Something that you had said a little bit earlier really piqued my interest, and it's using, telling people what you want, asking for people, just being legit with what you're asking. And so I saw something, it was an interview with Mike Rowe. You guys know Mike Rowe, the Dirty Jobs guy.
Sure.
And he said, he was on an airplane, and on the back of the seat, it said, your safety is our number one priority. And he goes, that's not true. He goes, I would love for the pilot to get on and go, hey, my name is Dave. I'm your captain. I've been married for 30 years, got a wife that I love more than anything. I have 3 great kids and a grandchild, and there is nothing more important to me than getting home safely to see my family. Lucky for you, you're along for the ride, and we're all going to get there safely together. So sit back, relax. I'm going to do my job. We'll see you on the ground in 4 hours. How refreshing would that be? Just be honest with me. Don't tell me my safety is the number one priority. Your safety is the number one priority, and that's okay, right?
Because you want to get home too.
Because I want to get home too.
It goes back to putting the masks on. Whose do you put on, your child or yours?
Yeah.
If you put yourself first, you can help the rest of the world.
And there was a TV show where the husband put his mask on first, and the rest of his life, his wife's like, you put your mask on first. Right?
That's valid.
It is valid. It is valid.
Yeah. But what I like what you just did in what you just said is that's the big difference between a story and a written sentence. Right.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. When he told his story, it's relational. Everybody can relate somehow. Maybe you don't have kids, but you want to get home. Maybe you have a dog, whatever it is. It's like, great. The guy driving the school bus, flying the plane, whatever, wants to get home as well. It's a story. I think stories are so powerful.
It is. And digital content will allow us to send this little clip to the airlines. Give them feedback.
Yeah.
They ask for it.
Yeah.
Are they going to respond?
Bingo.
Will they
I love
react?
that.
Yeah.
Will they be proactive about it? Who knows?
I doubt it.
But ask for what you want.
Yeah. And it just, be honest with people. I think if you're honest and straight up in what you want, what you need, I think it'll come back to you tenfold, as opposed to that phony. And I know this is all coming full circle. This is what I hate about networking. It all seems so phony to me. And you're talking about the weather, and you're talking about things that don't matter for most of the time. And it's like, and maybe I do. Maybe I need to go networking and just be honest with people.
Maybe you're in the wrong circles.
Probably.
Bingo. That could be a big thing too. Maybe instead of networking, do mastermind groups, do something a little bit different where it's more focused. And there are different types of networking groups, right? Some are where you sit around, you give your little 60-second elevator pitch. Somebody does a presentation, you're done. Other ones where one business owner gets up and speaks for the hour and says, hey, this is what my life looks like right now. This is where I'm at. It's a mess. I'm not quite sure how to get out. These are things I'm looking for and help. I mean, then that's a very different. You're still networking. You're listening to someone. You can be part of helping them or whatever it might be. So like Shelly just said, the lady, I haven't kicked again yet. Hide my feet. That's me hiding my feet. If you heard a little thing, is that, yeah, you could just be in the wrong circles possibly.
Yeah.
So here's my challenge to you, Travis. And I do this to most people I meet. I need to build a business in Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to an event, I don't call them networking. I call them events purposefully. I want you to go with me.
Okay. I would go. I really would go. I'm not going to smile, but no, seriously, I would go.
That's awesome. See, I just asked for what I wanted.
Yeah. And honestly, it's my mindset just shifted, because I'm like, I'll do you a favor. I'll do you a solid.
Exactly.
That's how I thought about it, because even though now I almost feel dumb, like this is for my benefit, and but you made me feel like I'm doing it for your benefit. That's genius.
That was
genius.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
Wow.
speaking to a genius. So
and I don't have to go by myself. You're well known in Lincoln. I am not. I can be your buddy, wingman, whatever you want to call it. We'll divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. You probably want to go with Gary, though, because
No.
Gary is
Oh,
better
look at
connected in
him
this town.
diverting already.
We'll go to a different event.
Okay, great. That sounds fine. I've got some fun ones
But
we
the
can
three
go
of us
to,
aren't
but
going
look at
together.
that. There you go.
Know your
That
audience.
was quick, Travis. Man, anything to get out of that. That didn't even take 60 seconds.
He's
I
not
love
out of it, though. He thinks he is.
I know, right? She's going to follow through on that, buddy.
So- I'm not changing the subject, but I'm looking through my notes because I know we're getting skinny on time. I love stop collecting business cards, because that's not, I mean, we all have business cards, but why stop collecting business cards? Is that
Okay, so I'll pose a question. The last time you got a business card, what'd you do with it?
It's on a pile. It's in
Did
a
you
pile.
input it anywhere? Do you know the details?
Yeah.
Then why'd you take it? That
I
costs
think
money
courtesy.
because you wanted a favor for them. Think of this. It makes them feel good when you take their business card.
Yes.
So how do they feel when they don't hear from you?
I mean, your brain would naturally say, well, geez, why didn't he call? But I don't think people give it another thought.
They don't.
Yeah.
In my experience, I've been all over the nation since I came back to the firm in January, and I have a large stack. It's probably 4 inches high of cards I've put in, because once I get them, I spend 10 minutes at night or 10 minutes the next morning and input them into my phone. And in the notes section, I put where I met them, what I think, and a fact, because it's important to me. If I don't want somebody's card, I'm not going to ask for it. I don't divvy out cards. I'm very specific with my cards. I don't want to hear from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if we're all honest about that, we don't connect with everybody.
Right.
So I will offer them, would you like my card? You know what? I'd rather connect on LinkedIn. There's many ways to do it from a smartphone. I teach people how to do it, and then they remember me for that. But business cards, they have a place. I get it. But the place is not a stack on your desk, in your car console, without an action. Be intentional.
QR codes came out ages ago and kind of faltered. It was not a big deal. COVID became very huge, right? You go to a restaurant, you would do the QR code. I mean, we started using them a lot. What I love about our Inside Radio network cards, our business cards, is it has QR codes on it. So when I hand it to somebody, I'll say, here, just take a picture of this QR code and you get right to our website, like it, follow it, and you'll be connected all the time. I love that. It's the next thing I want to do on my business card because I think it's vitally important. But, I just had a large sale from someone that I gave a business card to at a concert that I was at. So there are people that use them. I think depends.
It's generational.
This morning, I was working on this inspection. Like, I need to take a note. Where do I have a piece of paper? Oh, here's a business card somebody gave me. I turned it over. It was blank on the back and I wrote my note. And when I got done, I tossed the business card. I don't even know who it was. That's terrible, I'm sure. But it's somebody that gave me their business card. I'm the guy that's not calling back or following through. And I never thought about the fact that somebody might feel like, wow, I met you and you never followed through. What I do when someone asks if I have a business card, and I do have them, and I'm specifically at a networking event or any kind of event, I'm at an event, luncheon, doesn't matter what it is, board that I'm volunteering on, whatever, is I just say, you know what, is it okay if I just send you my contact information? I have it right here in my phone. I have 2 sets of contact information in my phone. One is all very business oriented, and one is my personal that I would give to a family member or someone that may not have it. And I just send that and just say, connect back with me that way. And that's been the best way for me to communicate. I think it's personal.
It is. And some of it's very methodical. Like I can connect with people. There's a QR code on LinkedIn I can share. So then they connect there and then we're both connected. I have an iPhone so we can tap our phones, which is kind of crazy and weird to me, but that's a whole nother topic. Or I can give them a business card. I don't scan a lot of QR codes because I'm a little hesitant. My IT department is telling me I need to be more cautious. I'm like, I'll do that tomorrow.
Huge in your business, by the way.
But to have something like have your LinkedIn QR code saved as a favorite photo.
Yeah.
Have a QR code that takes you to an important brochure that you want people to see. Make it easily accessible and simple for the other person. So
that I love.
Cards.
I'd never thought of doing that. Having the LinkedIn QR code right there, they can just snap a picture of it and boom.
Well, and as you change organizations or something new,
they'll
have it automatically versus how many times do we change jobs, organizations, roles?
Yeah. Phone numbers, websites, emails, everything.
LinkedIn is the #1 go-to.
And I know we have a break coming up here, so we're going to have to run to that. But when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about LinkedIn because I'm going back and forth on it, but you seem pretty passionate about it. So I have lots of questions on LinkedIn. You're listening to Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We're talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems. We're talking about connecting. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
Filing and Gary Tharnish.
We're back for the last segment of Inside Business. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems. Man, this one's kind of whizzed by.
It has.
They seem to get quicker and quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
So
it's the guest.
Yeah, it's definitely the guest.
I
The
love
conversation.
it. Yeah, it makes a difference.
So I want to talk a little LinkedIn, right? Because I am not a social media person. I have no Facebook, none of that. But I do have LinkedIn, and LinkedIn seems to be getting like kind of Facebooky now, kind of like it's the new social media. And I'm like, gosh, I find myself doom scrolling on LinkedIn, which that's a me thing. But because it's getting social media, like, do you find that you deepen connections and really connect with people well through LinkedIn?
I do. And I believe the reason I do is because some of my network's not local. To think that
sure.
I've been,
Yeah.
in the last 6 months, I've been New York, Miami, Orange County, San Diego, Phoenix, Chicago, Iowa City, Kansas City. It's an easy way to stay in touch and help build the business.
Yeah. I mean, I love that aspect of it. And I think the tough part is just kind of staying away from that doom scroll and trying to figure out how to make the connections deeper while staying away from the junk, because it seems to be getting junky in spots.
Gosh, have you been on Facebook lately?
No, I seriously, I do not have an account.
I call it ad book. Gosh, I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But anyway, I can call it what I want.
I own an
I call it
advertising
ad book.
agency.
There you
Trust
go, bud.
me, I'm part of the problem, or my employees are.
I call it ad book. But anyway, this is how I use Facebook. I get on Facebook in the morning and I try to get past the ads. I finally find a friend that's actually posted something. And if their son just won an award, or their mom passed, whatever it might be, I make a very short comment, but then I private message them. And it's a great way for me to stay communicated with people. And it's amazing how many times people will message back, not in the post, but message back and say, thank you for saying that. I haven't talked to you forever. How are you doing? That's solely how I use Facebook. And then I'm off, because otherwise it drives me crazy. When I get in LinkedIn, I see it is so different. Like, you need to hop on Facebook today, Travis, because I don't know how you heard that question when he asked, but I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? Get back on Facebook. And you'll be like, LinkedIn is wonderful. But I do get that a little bit. I think some of it is who we accept on LinkedIn. Are you really specific? I have some people I have unfollowed because every time I get on LinkedIn, they're either telling me something or they've telling me something they've told me 100 times. I'm like, this is pretty useless to me, for me, so that's helped a lot. But I love LinkedIn for connections to the business community. Usually most of the people that I am friends with on, or companies or whatever, it's because I like the advice they give. I want to hear what they're saying. So I love LinkedIn. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if you haven't been on Facebook, I could see how you would think that, but you might be happily surprised.
See, and I started unfollowing a lot of people because I get that Facebooky feel, like somebody will get on and go, oh, I want to just give a shout out to my beautiful wife who this and that. And it's like, okay, that post is not for your wife. That post is for you.
We're going to events together because I want to see some of these people.
I cannot wait. We're going to do a 30
So I see a difference between LinkedIn and Facebook. On Facebook, like I said, I stalk people, I sell things, or I hit that icon on my smartphone of friends only. I'll be the first to unfriend or block. But on LinkedIn, I agree, it's gotten somewhat salesy in ads. I see the direct message on LinkedIn becoming that, of the people reaching out, hey, I want to meet you, or I think we have something in common. And I'll simply respond, I appreciate you reaching out. Tell me more about you. If they'll take the time to do that, I'll gladly give them 15 minutes.
Bingo.
But if it's just slimy to me.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn is super powerful. I think the more you post, the more it gets to know you, the less ads you get.
Well, on LinkedIn now, so every social media, right? Facebook. I remember my son when he was with Red Bull and in charge of their marketing for the Midwest. And he would be like, I can remember him complaining about this, where he'd say, Facebook just hasn't monetized themselves. Like, I want to use them, but they're not monetized. They don't know their value yet. They're not selling anything. Then they started selling things. Then they're selling everything. And now we're like calling it ad book, so LinkedIn starts. So it's going to be business connections. It's going to be, now we have LinkedIn Premium. Oh, you can advertise your product. You can sell, and it's just a progression that I think happens. So it'll probably be the next thing coming out that maybe me, my one-to-one business connections or something. I don't know. But
so at what point are we going to get back to the collaboration, the communication, and the connection? Social media doesn't provide that.
Right.
Everything has a cycle. Most things have a season. What's social media? I mean, we're talking about connections and relationships. There's only so much that can be online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think back, there was a commercial. This was probably 10 or 15 years ago. And it was this kid that was living in mom's basement, right? And he had 5,000 friends on Facebook or something. And it would show scenes of his parents going out with their friends and kayaking and going out for drinks and all this other stuff. And then he's on Facebook going, my parents are so unconnected. I have 5,000 friends, and they're actually out in the world doing, well, you have this phony world built up around you while you think you're connecting, you're not.
But in their mind, they are connecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what they know.
Yes.
Especially if you get to the COVID kids, because the COVID kids or the 9/11 kids have had a very different perspective than what we have, and trying to find and lessen the gap. How do we communicate with them? I know how I communicate with one of our kids, and it's sometimes phone, it's sometimes message. It's, do you want your mom or do you want a friend? Do you want me to listen or you want to fix? To have that conversation and to know is super important.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the other person what they want. It really comes down to that.
Yeah, I love that. I would never have thought of really doing that, but it's great, especially with my kids.
And
everyone.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask your
Just have to be
partners,
kids.
what's important to you today?
No.
But limit it. You know,
I'm kidding.
limit it to, the top 2 for today.
My first reaction is Shelly just went off the train here. I'm not sure where she's headed,
She
but
only had a minute to go.
Until now, this has been a great interview.
And
This
you're not
one made
kicking
me
me.
squirm. My feet might get loose. Be careful. I have loved getting to know you.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is
It has
fabulous.
been wonderful.
You guys are great. Yeah.
Thank you for
Um,
coming down. and-
Wasn't sure what to expect, and just so pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, this has been
It's
fun.
flown by.
Oh,
You
good.
guys are great. I can't wait to hear it
You are
and
as well.
see what's next.
Yeah.
I'll get you some bruised cream for your ankles where I was kicking.
Well, this has been Inside Business. We've been talking with Shelly Ruwe from CFO Systems. It's cfosystems.com, right?
It's CFOsystemsllc.com.
There we go, llc.com. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. We will see you all next week.